Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to do a quick video on my Lepy LP-838 that I got a replacement of. I previously did a video on how my first order didn't work, and that was really a video for the seller to kind of see proof of why the product didn't work, that as soon as you plug it in, nothing works. It's just a dead amplifier. So they decided to send me a new one, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and open it up and take a look. So first thing first, this is what they sent you. It's just the amp itself. There's no power supply that's included with the amp. It's just a cardboard box. You know, very generic packaging. There's nothing else on the packaging other than what the product is, what it does, weight, size, and what sort of power supply that you need to run this thing. Again, I got this from AliExpress. I'll leave a link of it below so you guys can take a look if you wish to buy one. Now, the reason I got this is mainly because it is a 2.1 amplifier, which means I can have a subwoofer added to it. And inside the packaging, I have my wrapper, my little operational manual, and hey, a silica gel. But anyways, let's go and take a look at this version that this has sent me. It's the same one that I got last time, which is a silver color. I don't really care. I think they give, you know, either black or silver. It doesn't really matter to me which one I'm gonna use. And same thing, it's got your treble, bass, and your volume knob, and you can control the bass volume with it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I did notice that as soon as I receive it, you see this gap over here? That's because when they first put this thing together, I think they tightened these a little too much, and this whole plate just kind of bent on the inside. But, you know, not going to really bother me that much. In the back, we have audio input, which is your RCA left and right. We have bass input. Let me get a close-up of that. And you have your speakers, and you have the recommended power supply that you should use, which is a 12-volt 3 amp. Now you do have your left and right for your passive speakers, and for your passive subwoofer you get this nice little thing. Now this thing, it comes off actually, which is kind of weird, like why they didn't put these in here. Maybe because it's a space issue. This takes up less space than that. So what you do is this: you take this little thing over here. Let me get a better focus. You take this little thing and you hook it up to your speaker wires, and then this connects to that, and that's how you get your sub. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up, and yeah, let's fire it up. Previously I had these Miccas set up, but this time around, same thing. My two Miccas, and I have my subwoofer in the background, which is a Panasonic subwoofer from an old surround system. But anyways, it'll get the job done. So that's my 2.1 setup. Let's go ahead and hook up the speakers. Now, one thing I would recommend that you guys do, if you have your speaker wires like this, you know, you might want to just solder them if you can, because it'll save you a lot of time. If you can see, these things are kind of wearing out. I've used them for a number of times, you know, putting them in and out, and the more you do that, the more, you know, rigid they become, and it's not very, it just, the copper wire starts, wire strands, they start coming off. So better to just solder the whole thing. I haven't done it yet, but I will do so at a later time. But I'm just gonna put my speakers in. My negative goes in my negative, and my positive goes in my positive. So we'll go ahead and put the right one in. Negative wire goes into my negative side. So now that I have all my speaker wires lined up, now I have to hook this one up to my subwoofer. Now you'd think that would probably make it a little easier for you. So this one's coming off my sub, this wire over here. And I should be able to just, you know, stick them in there, but why make it so easy? I'm gonna have to, I have a little bulbs here, I don't know if you can see on the camera. I have to cut them off with something. Let's get some scissors. Just kind of cut these off so I have a straight line. And then I need to use a tiny little screwdriver. Because there are tiny little screws in there, you have to unscrew them, loosen them up, and then you can put your wires in there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna, you don't have to remove them all the way. I wouldn't recommend removing them all the way because there are tiny little parts inside, and if they fall and they go under your couch or your desk, you're gonna have a really hard time to find it. Well, let me remember what's what. Left is negative, right is positive. So left is negative. So once you put it in, you kind of want to just hold it in place, and then you want to go ahead and tighten the screws. Same thing with the right one. Once it goes in, go ahead and tighten the screws, and it'll hold it in place. That's it. That's that. Then we just hook it up. Yep, and that's it. That's kind of it. Everything is in place. We have that. Now we need our power supply. For the power supply, I'm using the power supply that I had before, and this is a 3 amp, 12 volt 3 amp power supply. So we'll hook that up. So earlier I said, you have one input in the back, which is your audio input, left and right RCA jack. In the front, you also have your MP3. So if you have a 3.5 millimeter jack, which cable, which looks like one of these, then you can definitely use that. It'll connect with your phone or your computer, wherever you want to use it. I am going to go ahead and hook it up to my computer. Since I have my computer running in the background, I'll just do it from there. So we are going to use the front of it, which is the 3.5 millimeter. Hook it up there. I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up to my computer headphone line. Okay, so I have it hooked up to my computer. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So here's what you can expect as soon as you turn it on. Hit the power, and your little LED light will, turn red, and that means you have power in this thing now. I already have something loaded up on the computer. Let's go ahead and play it, and then I'll slowly increase the volume of this thing. So hopefully everything works without any issue whatsoever. Let's just make sure I have my cable set up properly. Yep, looks like everything looks good. So bass volume down, treble, I'm leaving it all in the midpoint. Bass, I'm leaving it in the midpoint. Volume all the way down. Okay, and now let me just play. There's a Shazam trailer. We'll just run in the background. So I'm slowly going to increase the volume itself. So the speakers are working, but I don't have the bass. The bass is hooked up, but the volume of the bass is all the way down, so we're going to increase that too. And you don't need to increase it too much. Just a little bit will give you a good amount of bass, depending on how big your room is. If you're in a small room, like in your computer desk, then you don't need to increase this too much. But I like the fact that I can adjust this to my liking.
You've run from foster homes in 6 counties. I can take care of myself.
Let me go ahead and increase the computer volume a little more.
These people a chance, because that's what they're giving you.
This is Billy Batson.
So this little light, it
Make sure
blinks.
You make him feel at home.
The little bass light, whenever the bass note comes in, this little blue LED just flashes at you. So this is kind of cool. Like if I have the volume all the way down, no sound, I can just hear the bass. And now my subwoofer is kind of doing its rumble, whatever effect is going on in the background. So let's go and lower that. It can go really low, but I don't want to do it. It's gonna bother my neighbor. So let's go to increase, play something good.
Go, go, go! Grab it! Get out the way!
Billy Batson. I choose you as champion.
Hello?
Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
Oh yeah, that sounds really
I don't
good.
know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Are you for real?
Say, okay! Shazam?
Yep. I mean, the sound quality is really good. I really like it.
I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I?
The fact that I can also control the bass, increase it, or the treble, I can increase that.
What are your superpowers?
You know, I'm not even maxed out right now, and this thing sounds, you know, really good to the ear for me. It's like barely there.
Can you fly?
But anyways, yeah, that's my review on my LP-838 Lepy. I think it's pretty good. I really like it. I enjoyed it. One thing I do want to point out that I did notice is as soon as I turn it on, you can, if you get close enough to the speakers, or depending on how big your speakers are or how small they are, you might hear some white noise coming out of them. But once you play any sort of music, then you don't hear it. That's just I don't know why it happens, but if you know, feel free to leave a comment. I'd be interested to learn more about it. If you have used it in the past, let me know what you think. But I'm pretty satisfied with this. The fact that seller was willing to send me a replacement, which was great. It was on AliExpress. It did cost me like about $10. It was pretty cheap, and given the what it costs and what it can do, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, 2.1 amplifier, Lepy LP-838. All right. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.